Welcome back to Meghan and Harry Tales, the space where we shut down the smear campaigns, unpack the royal spin, and stand firmly with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. I'm your host, Adrian. And today, we're pulling back the curtain on a coordinated attempt to rewrite the truth about Prince Harry, his security battle, and the ugly reality of the Windsor family's calculated cruelty. Prince Harry recently made a statement. It was a heartfelt and candid expression of his experiences and concerns. The statement was about his family and his security, touching on the deep-seated issues that have plagued his life since stepping back from royal duties. However, the royal establishment twisted his words, manipulating the narrative to suit their agenda. They used them against him, turning his genuine concerns into fodder for public scrutiny and criticism. This is a familiar tactic, one that has been employed time and again throughout the history of the British monarchy. It is designed to discredit Harry, to paint him as a rogue element within the royal family. It is meant to silence his truth, to ensure that his voice does not disrupt the carefully maintained image of the institution. The palace thrives on control, meticulously managing every aspect of its public persona. It seeks to manage the narrative, to ensure that the story told to the public aligns with its interests. Harry and Meghan's honesty disrupts this control, challenging the status quo with their openness and authenticity. Their truth challenges the palace's carefully crafted image, revealing the cracks in the facade. The institution will go to great lengths to protect its image, employing various strategies to maintain its authority. The British media plays a key role in this, often acting as an extension of the palace's influence. They often parrot the palace line, reinforcing the official narrative and marginalising dissenting voices. They amplify the attacks on Harry and Meghan, creating a relentless barrage of negative coverage. This creates a climate of hostility, making it difficult for the Sussexes to share their story without facing backlash. It makes it difficult for the Sussexes to share their story, but they remain undeterred. Despite the challenges, Harry persists. He speaks his truth, undaunted by the opposition. He does this for himself, to reclaim his narrative and assert his identity. He does it for his family, to protect them from the same forces that have sought to undermine him. He does it for all of us who have been silenced, offering a voice to those who have been marginalised and oppressed. In the face of adversity, Harry and Meghan's resilience shines through, inspiring others to stand up for their truth. Their journey is a testament to the power of honesty and the importance of staying true to oneself, no matter the cost. As they continue to navigate their path, they remind us all of the value of integrity and the strength found in unity. Together, they forge ahead, undeterred by the obstacles, committed to their mission of truth and justice. Their story is far from over, and their voices will continue to resonate, challenging the status quo and advocating for change. The removal of Harry's security was a calculated act. It wasn't just a simple administrative decision, it was a deliberate move with far-reaching consequences. The decision-makers knew exactly what they were doing and the impact it would have on Harry and his family. It was designed to hurt him. It was a message, loud and clear, that he was no longer under the protective wing of the institution. The emotional toll of such a decision cannot be overstated. It was meant to make him vulnerable. Vulnerable not just to physical threats, but to the psychological strain of knowing that his safety and that of his family were compromised. Security is not just about physical safety. It's about the assurance that comes with knowing you are protected. For someone in Harry's position, this assurance is crucial. It's about peace of mind, the ability to live one's life without constantly looking over one's shoulder. It's about the freedom to be oneself without fear. It's about protecting one's family. For Harry, the safety of Meghan and their children was paramount. The removal of security was a direct threat to this. The decision to remove Harry's security was personal. It was a clear indication of the institution's stance towards him. It was a way to isolate him, to make him feel the weight of his choices. It was a way for the institution to punish him for stepping out of line, for daring to challenge the established norms. They punished him for speaking out, for voicing his concerns and for highlighting issues that many would prefer remained hidden. They punished him for choosing his wife, for prioritizing his love and his family over the expectations of the institution. They punished him for challenging the status quo, for daring to envision a different path for himself and his family. This act of cruelty backfired. Instead of breaking him, it only made him stronger. It solidified his resolve to protect his loved ones. It only strengthened Harry's resolve. He became more determined than ever to carve out a safe and happy life for his family. It showed him the true nature of the institution, the lengths they would go to maintain control, and the price of defiance. It made him more determined to protect his family, to ensure that they would never have to face such threats again. The removal of security was a turning point. It was a moment of clarity for Harry and Meghan, a moment that defined their future actions. It forced Harry and Meghan to make a choice between staying within the confines of the institution or stepping out to create their own path. They chose to step away from the royal family. They chose to prioritize their well-being and that of their children. They chose to prioritize their safety. They chose freedom. In doing so, they set an example of courage and resilience, showing the world that sometimes the hardest decisions are the most necessary. The palace tried to isolate Harry and Meghan. They hoped to silence them. They underestimated the couple's strength. They underestimated their bond. The palace used its usual tactics. They briefed the press. They spread rumours. They tried to turn people against the Sussexes, but their efforts failed. Harry and Meghan found their own voice. They built their own platform. They connected directly with the public. They shared their story on their own terms. The palace's plan backfired. Instead of isolating Harry and Meghan, they pushed them closer together. They made them stronger. They made them more determined to fight for their truth. Section 4. The media's spin. The British media has been relentless in its attacks on Harry and Meghan. From the moment their relationship became public, the couple has been under a microscope, with every move scrutinised and every word dissected. The media's obsession with them has only intensified over time. They have questioned their motives, often suggesting ulterior motives behind their actions. The media has painted a picture of a couple constantly seeking attention rather than acknowledging their genuine efforts to make a difference. They have invaded their privacy, with paparazzi following them relentlessly, capturing intimate moments without consent. This constant intrusion has taken a toll on their mental health and well-being. They have spread lies and misinformation. Sensational headlines and fabricated stories have become the norm. This is not journalism, it is harassment. The line between news and entertainment has been blurred, with the media prioritizing clicks and views over truth and integrity. It is a deliberate attempt to silence the Sussexes. By constantly attacking them, the media aims to discredit their voices and diminish their influence. This relentless campaign is not just about selling newspapers, it's about controlling the narrative. The media is complicit in the palace's campaign against Harry and Meghan. There is a symbiotic relationship between the press and the palace, with both parties benefiting from the negative coverage. The media gets its sensational stories, and the palace maintains its traditional image. The media often portrays Harry as naive, suggesting that he is easily influenced and lacks the ability to think for himself. This narrative undermines his intelligence and agency. They suggest he is being manipulated by Meghan, painting her as a scheming outsider who has led him astray. This portrayal is not only unfair but also deeply rooted in misogyny and racism. This is insulting to both of them. It diminishes Harry's autonomy and reduces Meghan to a stereotype. Their relationship is based on mutual respect and love, not manipulation. Harry is a grown man. He has served in the military, undertaken numerous charitable endeavours, and made significant life decisions. He is capable of making his own decisions. He is not a puppet, and Meghan is not a puppeteer. They are partners, working together to create a better world. The media's coverage of Harry and Meghan has been racist and sexist. Meghan, as a woman of colour, has faced a barrage of attacks that are both personal and prejudiced. Meghan, a woman of colour, has been subjected to vicious attacks. These attacks are not just about her actions, but about her identity. They are designed to undermine her. These attacks are designed to undermine her. By constantly questioning her motives and actions, the media seeks to erode her credibility and silence her voice. They are designed to silence her. But Meghan and Harry continue to speak out, challenging the media's narrative and standing up for what they believe in. Their resilience is a testament to their strength and commitment to each other and their causes. Section 5. The Illusion of Welcome. The royal family claims to want Harry and Meghan back. This is a lie. They have shown no real desire for reconciliation. Their actions speak louder than words. The palace has done nothing to repair the damage. They have not apologised for their treatment of Harry and Meghan. They have not held anyone accountable for the abuse. The truth is, the royal family doesn't want Harry and Meghan back. They represent change. They represent a threat to the status quo. The institution fears change. It clings to its power. Harry and Meghan's presence would disrupt the carefully constructed image of the monarchy. They would challenge the status quo. They would force the institution to confront its own failings. Thanks for tuning in to Meghan and Harry Tales. If you're tired of the palace propaganda and want to hear the truth, hit that like button, subscribe and drop a comment below. Let's keep the conversation going. Let's hold the powerful accountable. And let's stand with those brave enough to walk away. Because Harry and Meghan didn't fail, they freed themselves. And that, more than anything, is what the royal machine just can't forgive. Until next time, I'm Adrian. And this was Meghan and Harry Tales.